Hello, everybody. My name is Edgar,
Hi, my name is Edward.
Hi, my name is Oliver.
and today our group's contemporary issue and technology topic is ransomware in healthcare. In this presentation, we will explain the problem, examine the key metrics and system analysis, and then present a feasible solution grounded in both practical and ethical reasoning. Because hospitals depend on continuous access to digital systems like electronic health records, scheduling platforms, and communication tools, ransomware is a significant issue in a healthcare industry. Staff may have to rely on slower manual processes, and patient care may be delayed when those systems are encrypted or locked. Sensitive patient data is also at risk due to these attacks, raising ethical, financial, and privacy issues. Ransomware in the healthcare industry is therefore more than just a cybersecurity problem. Trust, continuity of care, and organizational resilience are all impacted by this more general patient safety and operational problem. According to our current hypothesis, ransomware affects healthcare organizations more severely and causes more disruptions to patient care. We base this on things like low cybersecurity awareness among employees, inadequate IT readiness, and inadequate sensitive information protection. Attackers may find it simpler to obtain access propagate throughout systems and disrupt hospital operations as a result of these vulnerabilities. This theory is supported by the flowchart, which illustrates how ransomware can propagate from initial entry and extensive system disruption. In general, we believe that increased readiness and prevention will lessen the probability of attacks as well as the severity of their consequences. In other words, this issue is better controlled, healthcare organizations would be more prepared, secure, and resilient. Employers would be better trained to recognize threats such as phishing and suspicious activity before an attack spreads. IT teams would have stronger security processes in place to protect systems and respond quickly when problems appear. Sensitive employee and patient information would be better protected throughout stronger access controls and security practices. Secure cloud storage and backup systems would also help organizations recover faster and reduce downtime. Overall, solving this issue means creating healthcare environments when care continues more safely, data is better protected, and recovery is much more faster after a cyber incident.
Our team concentrated on five important metrics: attack frequency, downtime duration, financial losses, patient care delay, and recovery time. To, compre- to comprehend the effects of ransomware in the healthcare industry, we selected these because they demonstrate the frequency of attacks as well as the seriousness of potential repercussions. Certain metrics like recovery time show resilience, while others like frequency and downtime show vulnerability. When combined, they enable us to quantify operational and human impact in addition to technical disruption. These elements made it easy for our team to assess how ransomware impacts healthcare systems and identify areas that require improvement. This visual shows an example of how ransomware impacts healthcare systems using real-world estimates. Recent data shows that there are hundreds of ransomware attacks on healthcare organizations each year, demonstrating how common the issue has become. The average downtime can range from 10 to 20 days, which is extremely dangerous because hospitals depend on constant access to patient records and systems. Financially, attacks can cost organizations millions of dollars, often exceeding 10 million when you include recovery, legal fees, and operational losses. Recovery is also not immediate. In many cases, it can take weeks to fully restore systems, which can continue to affect patient care long after the attack. These metrics help us clearly measure the severity of ransomware and show why it is not just an IT issue, but a major healthcare problem. This visual shows how a ransomware attack moves through the healthcare system step by step. It usually begins on an empty point, such as a phishing email or an unpatched vulnerability. Once inside, the attacker installs malware and gains a foothold on the system. From there, the attacker spreads across the network, targeting critical systems like electronic health records and communication platforms. Once enough, once enough systems are affected, the attacker encrypts the data, making it inaccessible to staff. This leads to major disruptions in daily operations. Healthcare workers may have to switch to manual processes, which slows everything down and increase the risk of mistakes. Finally, the impact reaches patients through delays in treatments, canceled procedures, and limited access to care. Key intervention points include employee training, patching systems, network segmentation, and secure backups, which can stop or reduce the attack of different stages.
Two key conclusions from our analysis are highlighted in these images. First, reports from various sources indicate a high level of activity, indicating that some ransomware is still a persistent threat in healthcare industries. According to the incident frequency data, second, appears to be a positive correlation between recovery costs and downtime, indicating that longer system outages typically result in higher recovery cost. When taken as a whole, these images demonstrate how common and expensive ransomware is. Additionally, they demonstrate that recovery delays have an impact not only on finances, but also on operational disruption and patient care risk. The team evaluated multiple solutions, including employee training, network segmentation, segmentation, patch management, secure backups, and continuous monitoring, each addressing points of failure in ransomware attacks. Training reduces human error. Segmentation limits spread. Patching fixes vulnerability. Backups enable recovery, and monitoring supports early detection and response. No single control is sufficient because ransomware exploits multiple weaknesses. Therefore, a layered defense strategy is more effective as it integrates prevention, detection, response, and recovery to strengthen overall resilience. A layered cybersecurity defense, or defense in depth, integrates prevention, detection, response, and recovery controls to address multiple ransomware attacks. Supported by NIST, CISA, and HHS, this approach targets both human error and technical vulnerabilities. Implementation includes phishing awareness training, system hardening through patching and segmentation, secure backups, and continuous monitoring. This strategy is practical, scalable, and cost effective, reducing both the likelihood and impact of ransomware in healthcare environments. Because it concentrates on preventing harm before it affects patients, employees, and healthcare operations, this solution is morally sound. Stewardship in the healthcare industry refers to appropriately safeguarding the data systems and that patients rely on for safe treatment. This relates to protecting vulnerable individuals as well as patients that may suffer if treatment is postponed or private information is disclosed. From a Christian perspective, proactive cybersecurity demonstrates discernment, accountability, and empathy. This idea is reinforced by Proverbs 27:12, which demonstrates prudent people recognize danger and act before more serious harm is done.
Thank you so much for watching.